Welcome again. So, is kinship same as family? You've ever heard of the word next of kin, and he's my kin, he's from my kindred, and all of the kin thing that you can relate to. Now, are they the same thing? Now, when you talk about family and kinship, they are usually what? Intertwined. They are what? Similar, and they almost mean the same thing. Now, kinship has to do with someone that is related to you by blood. Now, anyone that's your kinship or that can be related or that is related to you can be said to be related by blood. Now, family can be anyone. It could be by adopting the person. It could be for as much as you've known this person. That person can become a family. Now, it could be by adoption, it could be by friendship, it could be by marriage and all of that. So, they could mean the same thing, but they are different. There's a thin line between the both of them. Now, your kin usually is related to you by blood. Now, family can be anyone that is not just related to you by blood, but can be related to you because someone is married to the person and the family. It could be by marriage, it could be that this person has been been in the family for a very long time, so this person can be referred to as family. Now, that brings us to what we're looking at today. We're looking at family. We're looking at what the family is and what we need to know about the family. Now, let's look at what we should be expecting in the course of this topic. Now, at the end of the lesson, you should be able to define the term family. You should be able to know what the family is all about. And also, you should be able to state the different types of family. Yes, we have different types of family, so you should be able to say them and know them. And also, you should be able to explain the roles or functions of the family and its member. Now, every family member has his or her role to play. Now, you may be wondering, what is my role? You're going to find out what your role is as a father, as a mother, and as a child. We all have our roles to play in the family, so you'll be knowing that as well. And also, we would be able to explain family values. Now, every family should have their values. And now, family values are very, very important, so you should be able to know what family values are and what every family stands to benefit when it comes to their values. Now, family. We'll be looking at family like I said earlier. Now, family is the basic unit of any society. People would always say it's the small basic unit of what? The society. Now, nobody just came into being without being associated with a family. Or did you just come here and then you just got here? You said, no, I just came alone. No, I didn't come with anybody. No, we are all connected to a family. Even if you do not like your family, it doesn't matter. So, but you can be associated with a family. Now, everybody belongs to a family. A family is very, very, very important in every society. It is very important because whatever happens in the family is what transmitted into the society, is what is taken out. So whatever happens here in the family, it's very, very important. That is why you need to know and understand what is expected of you as a family member. A family is. Now, a family is a group of persons who live together and are united by ties of marriage, blood, or adoption. Now, anybody can be called a family if the person is married into the family by marriage. Okay, let's say mom is married to daddy's family, and then the lady is married to the man's family. So by marriage, she's part and parcel of that family. Also by blood, siblings, mother, father, siblings. Now, you can be part of a family because you are siblings, you're an uncle, you're a cousin to someone, so you're related by blood. Okay, another way one can be called a family is that the person is adopted. Now, adoption, there's no relation by blood. Now, you can be brought into a family by adoption and then you would become a member of that family. Now, a lot of persons have been adopted. Now, people tend to perceive adoption as something very strange and, something that one should really not actually get involved with. Now, adoption is very okay. Now, life happens. People tend to get disadvantaged, or would I say get misfortuned with the loss of a parent. Now, it's not expected that the child should should go through life without having to experience the love from a family. So someone can actually pick up these children from orphanage or somewhere you just see a child that's not really living up to what is expected, and adopt these persons to becoming part and parcel of a family. It might not really be let's say it shouldn't be a child, but say anybody can be adopted into a family because you just like the person, or you just like the way the person acts, and one can adopt the person to do what? To becoming a family member. Now, family members are each other's kin. If you remember what I asked you earlier, is kinship same as what? As family. Now, family members that are related by blood can be what? Each other's kin. That's why you find that, or you see people say next of kin. Now, this person should assume responsibilities when you're not around. So you can actually say, okay, if I'm not here, this person should do this, or this person should do that. That's what we mean by family members are each other's kin. Now, we want to look at the types of family. Yes, we have different types of family, but we'll be looking at just about 3 of them. Now, there are a whole lot of family types of family emerging, but we're going to just look at the 3 basic types of family. Now, let's look at the nuclear family. Now, this is made up of a man, his wife, and their children. Now, it is also referred to as the monogamous family. Now, because it has to do with one man, one woman, okay? Now, monogamous families is usually related to Christianity. The religion permits that a man should just be with one wife, and just one, a man to one wife. Now, that is the nuclear family. The man has only one wife, and then they have their children, and this is the nuclear family. No other external body. Now, this is the marriage that has to do with what? One man and one wife and his children. Now, let's look at the other one we have here. Polygamous family. The polygamous family. Now, this is made up of a man, his wives, and there are several children. Now, a man can do what? Marry as many wives as most of the religion permit them. Okay, like I said earlier, Christianity permits that a man to one woman. Now, there's some religions that permit that a man can marry as many wives, and some culture permits that a man can marry. Now, there's a saying that goes that a man is polygamous in nature. Now, to my knowledge, I remember then that people that actually go into polygamy, then our forefathers, now it was a thing of affluence, or it was a thing of show of affluence, because they had landed properties and they needed people to work on their land. So they married more wives and they had more children to actually cultivate their farms. Now, but in today's world, it is not really acceptable to do to marry more than one wife. The economy, and even for the sake of the children, because a whole lot can go wrong when there are a whole lot of women and children. There are a lot of things that can actually go, ranging from jealousy, ranging from envy, and a whole lot. Now, this man, when it comes to polygamy, the man can be legally married to more than one wife when it has to do with polygamy. Now, also let's look at the extended family. Now, extended family is made up of the husband, his wife or his wives, their children, and other relations. It has to include the uncles, aunts, cousins, sister-in-laws, brother-in-laws, and a whole lot of other host of words relation. Now, when it has to do with extended family, people, your cousins and every other person that is related to the family, either by blood or by adoption or by marriage. Now, the family tends to grow big and big. Now, sometimes when we go for celebrations, maybe it's Christmas time and then it's one celebration, or maybe it's that celebration where the whole family would have to converge and meet together. You tend to see people you've really not seen for a very long time. Now that's the extended family. And then your daddies, somebody's aunties, and then the explanation just keeps going on and on. And then these are extended families, people that you don't get to see on a regular basis. Now some of them are not even around where you stay, but you are related by blood, marriage, or by adoption. Now, there's something that is called the family tree. The family tree. Now, everybody is related to, from their mom's lineage or their father's lineage. Now, when you want to talk about how you are related to someone, now, sometimes it's tiring when parents will tell you, this is your cousin, the mother's brother, and all of that. All the explanation of how you're related to someone, and they just keep going on and on and on. Now, this is referred to as what? The family tree. Family tree. Also, it can be your genealogy, how you are related from your grandparents to your mom, their own siblings, and then here you are, your own siblings, and all of that. Now, this can also be referred to as what? The relationship that you carry. Now, when you talk about your grandparents, these are your parents' parents. When you talk about great-grandparents, these are, you just the thing keeps going on like that. Then you talk about your cousins. People, your cousins are your aunts and uncles, children. Now, when you talk about siblings, these are your brothers and sisters. Then you talk about nephews. These are your father's brothers' children. Now, when you talk about nieces, these are your sisters' children. Now it goes on like that. Same thing, first generation, second generation, and the third generation, and it continues like that. Now the family tree shows the kinship pattern of a family. It shows how a family or how family members are related to each other. So if you're asked to draw your family tree, I'm sure you'll be able to do that. Okay, it can be very tasking and demanding, but you can start from somewhere. So it's always good to know how you are related to your to the various members of the family that you can actually recall. So that's what the family tree does. It helps us to know, how we are related. Just maybe if you're asked, how are you related to this your cousin? So you'll be able to say, this is how I'm related to him or her. Now we want to look at the roles and responsibilities of family members. Every member of the family has their role that they should carry out and perform. So now the first role that we'll be looking at will be that of the father. Yes, the father is the head of the family. So you cannot have a family without talking about the dad, except in some instances when the dad is not available. Now, when the dad is available, now the dad is the head of the family. He's the head of the family. He is the one that is in charge of the family. And he's also the breadwinner. When we say one is the breadwinner, we mean this is the person that goes out and makes sure that he comes back to feed his family. So he's the breadwinner. He makes sure mommy is eating, the children are eating, they go to school, they get formal education, and then they can actually, they should have the minimum comfort. I said minimum because at least you should be able to do that. Okay, now that's what the father is. He's a breadwinner. He ensures that food is provided in the house for the family. And also the father is a disciplinarian, so he disciplines family members. Okay, now that is one job of the father. He should be able to discipline the children and members of the family. So when there's this thing that comes with fathers, when your mom is, I will tell your dad, there's this fear and scare that children tend to get. So the father disciplines family members when people go wrong as a family, or when children do things that are not right. They said foolishness is bound in the bosom of a child. So when you do that, the rod of correction that comes from daddy would actually model you into what you are supposed to be. So the father disciplines family members. Also, he acts as model for the children by showing them good example. Now, yes, the fathers act as role models. Now, a whole lot of people have been sculpted into being like their dad, because they see the type of father that their daddies are, and they want to be like him, because of how he's committed, how he carries out all things that has to do with the family. So the father is a role model to the children. So when a dad is not doing the right thing, you're actually doing not modeling the children right. So a father is a model. He should be able to show the children good examples so they can actually follow suit because of what you're doing. And if you're doing the wrong thing, yes, you're modeling them into doing the wrong thing. So as a father, you must ensure that you do model the children in the right way by showing them good example in everything that has to do with life, from morals, your values. All of these things are very important as a father, so because the children are watching. Also, he shows love to family members and protects them. Yes, children will tell you, my daddy would do this to you, my daddy would do that. Now, that's how much they believe in that protection. Yes, because daddy should ensure that the family is protected. He looks out for everything that would actually be of harm. He checks out that in the nighttime, the doors, the windows, the gate, everything is locked, just to ensure that the family is insured and secured. That's what a father does. He protects the family. Now, he teaches his children the culture of the society. Now, this depends on what culture you're being brought up from. Now, the father should ensure that children imbibe the culture of the society. Such cultures or values such as how to greet, how to be well behaved, what is expected of you as a child or as a family member. Now, the father should be able to teach these values of our culture to the children. And also, the father performs his civic responsibilities such as paying tax and obeying the law. That is what is expected of every father. You should be able to do perform your civic responsibility. Now, everything that you must be a law-abiding citizen, because that's what you are going to be passing on to the children. So a father must be able to do perform his civic responsibility. He should be able to pay tax, because it's expected that if you live in a society or if you live in a community, you are expected to pay your tax, and you must obey the law. The father should not portray wrong values, to the children, because they are watching. And from that way, we said family is the smallest unit of the society. So whatever the father does that seems like if it is wrong, that's what the children will pick. And they'll say, oh, my dad used to do that. My dad takes one way. My dad, he shouts back at law enforcement officers. He does this and he does that because their dad does that. So if the dad or the father is not law-abiding, he's going to pass it on to the children, and it's going to be very harmful for the society that we're going to be living in. Now, we want to look at the roles of the mother. Now, this is very, very, very important. Now, first things first, the role of the mother is that she bears the children. Now, a mother is the one that bears the children, not the father. Okay, the mother bears the children. She gives birth to all the children in the house, your siblings. mommy gave birth to them. So every mother is the one that gives birth to the children. No, so we heard today a lot of things are happening with science, and then we're hearing things like so men can actually have children. That is an error. Okay, now it's only the mother that was designed from God to do what? To have children. So she's the one that bears the children. Also, another responsibility or role of the mother is that she prepares food for the family. Okay, now mothers are the ones, after the fathers have provided, has given them money to buy those items and to cook, the mother goes ahead to do what? To prepare food for the family. So that's why you can go home and say, oh, mommy, what are we eating? Because mommy would have to do what? Prepare food and waiting for the family members to come and eat. Now she cares for the house and family clothing. When you're born, mommy takes care of you. She makes sure that your clothes are clean and looking very sparkling and all neat. She takes care of the house, making sure the house is neat, the house is swept. If there's no help, okay, now she does all of this. She makes sure that everything is fine and going well in the house. Now she loves and cares for the family. That can never be overemphasized. Mothers love, and they love to take care of their family. They love their family so much, and they tend to do everything to see that everybody is happy. That's what mothers do. They care, they love every member of the family. Not even, it could not really mean that just the children that are born into the family by her, just like we said. It could be that the ones that are adopted, family members are not even related by blood, okay? Now she should be able to love and care for the family. And also, the mother can also go out to work and contribute to the family's income. Now, we live in a society whereby the saying that a woman's place is in the kitchen, she just get married and then sit at home. No. We have moved on way long past that era and time where a woman's place is to get married and sit back at home. No, now a woman can actually be working as well. She can actually be a working class mom. The husband is working and she too is working, and then there's more money in the family. Okay, now the husband brings his and then mommy brings hers as well. So that can actually help ease or cushion some of the demands from the family, because now running the family is not easy. So now putting all that weight and burden on a man can be very cumbersome in the times that we are now. So if the mother is working as well, and then maybe the family needs to get a new car, and that will cost like 3 million. Oh, the husband says, oh, I have 2 million, and the mother says, oh, I have 1 million. What has happened? She has also helped in achieving a family goals and for the family. So the mother too can actually work to support the husband and the family. Also, she takes care of simple needs of the family. She wouldn't have to wait for the husband or the father. No, you need salt, you have to wait for the father. You need Maggie, you have to wait for the father. No. Now, if she's able to do to work, she can be able to do all of that and not solely be a dependent on the father, which can be weary and more tiring. So she can actually take up small tasks and carry it out solely as the mother. And also she helps the husband in teaching the children the culture of the society. Now there's something that is called mother tongue. Now most mothers are the ones that actually do imbibe these cultures in their children. Now the dad can actually do theirs, but the mothers are mostly sometimes very more intentional than the fathers. Now she helps to teach the children the cultures of the society. Okay, you need to respect, you need to treat people right, you need to be honest, you need to be truthful. She makes sure to tell the children what is expected of them as members of the society and what the consequences are if they don't do what follows through to what is expected of them. So she teaches the children the culture of the society. Now also, she's a model for her daughters and the children in general by showing them good example. Now when mothers are going out of their way to see that their home or marriages work, now the child or the children are watching and they want to be like them, because Children actually watch, they actually learn with what they see. So you don't have to be the talker to say, do like this, and you're giving them a whole lot of rules, and then you're not following through. Children learn with what they see. So when the mother is actually doing all that is expected of her by leading them, by giving them good examples, of course the children will follow suit, because she's not just saying it, they're seeing her doing most of what she's saying. So she is a model. Just as the father is a model, the mother is a role model to her children. Okay, now also the mother performs her civic responsibilities. Okay, she too should obey the law, okay, as part of the citizen of a society. She too must do what? Pay her tax. Now if she's going to be working, she must pay her tax. There's no saying that, oh, she's a woman, she's this and she won't do that. No, she too performs her civic responsibility. Okay, she can also vote as a woman as well. So these are some of the things that are expected of a mother. These are the roles. Some of the roles, there are a whole lot of them anyways, but we're just going to be sticking with some of these ones we have listed here. Now let's look at the roles of children. Children. Now a whole lot of us do not think we have what? Roles and responsibilities. Of course we do, not just for mommy and daddy. Now the first role of the child is to respect and obey their parents. You need to respect and obey the parents and other adults in the society. Now, if you don't respect mommy and daddy, I don't know how you would take that out. Now, we see a whole lot of children that come out to being disrespectful, and then people would refer them back to their home. Is it that you weren't taught on how to be what? Respectful. So you need to learn to respect and obey your parents. That's where you start from. Whatever their opinions are, you need to respect it, you need to follow through with it and see that you're being obedient. Now, it's going to be very easy for you to obey other people that are not your parents because you're already obedient from where you're coming from. You're obedient to your mommy and your daddy. So you need to respect and obey your parents and other adults in the society. Now, also, you need to help with household chores. Now, a lot of children do not like the sound of this. They don't like it. They don't like to hear chores. Immediately, mommy calls them or daddy calls their attention to something. Oh, you see the frown, you see the uneasiness, and so very sad-looking faces. Now, it is very important that you know that your roles and responsibility as a child is to help with household chores, like what? Cleaning the house. You should be able to clean the house. Now, a whole lot of us as children do not even make the beds from which you woke up from. You just wake up and then you're going off to school and then you come back, you're, throwing your clothes, your stockings, everything scattered. Now you need to be able to do household chores, like you need to clean the house. Yes, you need to clean the house. Learn to sweep, learn to mop, learn to help mommy with the laundry. These are some of the things you need to do. Clean, sort out your clothes after they are washed. Sort them out, put them in their rightful places. You can actually keep your things. You can actually put them in, classify them. Put your stockings, your hanky, your bed linens, wherever you can put them. Put them where you can easily have access to, so you won't be asking, where is this one? Where is that one? Where did I keep them? So if you kept them where you're supposed to keep them, of course, you would find them. Now you need to wash plates. A whole lot of us do not even wash the plates we use in eating. Let's talk of washing other members of the family's plates. So you need to wash your plates after eating. You need to wash. Also, you need to fetch water if there's a need for it. For most persons who do not have a water running in their buildings, where you have to go fetch water. Yes, I remember I too fetched water when I was growing up. You have to wake up in the morning, go fetch water, or when you come back from school, you fetch, so you won't have to do it in the morning. So you have to fetch water. And also you need to care for your younger siblings. For those of you that are older, it's not the time to fight your siblings. It's not the time to quarrel and argue and fight over some flimsy things. Yes, we fight for things that are not really necessary. Oh, he took this and all of that. So as you are, even as siblings, you should be able to do what? Care for them. When mommy or daddy is not around, your responsibility and role as an older brother, older sister, is to do what? To take care of your siblings. Ensure that they are not in harm's way to cause harm to them. So you ensure that everything is fine. You can get them food to eat if mommy permits you to do that, and see that they are okay. Now also, your responsibility and role is to do what? Learn the culture of the society. Now when mommy and daddy has told you these are the things that are expected of you as a member of this of a culture or a society, you should be able to do what? Learn them and follow through to what is expected of you. You should learn your language. You should learn the values of your culture. You should learn all of these things. Now also, you should be able to assist your parents in their business. That's if they have one, if any of this exists. Now maybe your mom has a shop. After school, you can go to her. You can actually help to do what? Help her to do what? To sell. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like, oh, it doesn't matter. This is not what I'm supposed to do. You need to assist your parents. You can actually be a marketer for your parents. Maybe your mommy and daddy has a business running. You can actually tell people, do you know my mommy does this? Do you know my dad does this? And then what are you doing when you're actually helping grow what? The family. So, and other activities. Maybe your parents own a farm. You can actually help them to go to the farm, cultivate things for them to do what? To produce, and then do what? To sell. All is to do what? To the growth of the family. And when you do that, the family is going to grow, and then you two are going to benefit from what the process are. So it is very important that you learn to assist your parents in whatever thing that they do. If they have physical businesses that you can help with, why not? Go ahead to do that and assist them. Okay, so we have positive values. Now, family values can be positive or negative. Now, we have values such as courtesies. Family members should what? Learn to talk to people politely, learn to treat people in a kind and pleasant way, such as, using the 5 magic words. Learn to say sorry, learn to say thank you, learn to say pardon me, excuse me, and all of these things are some of the family positive values that a family holds there too. And good health, they do not joke with their health. You need to take a whole lot of water, you need to take fruits and vegetables, you need to stay healthy and be intentional about your health, not to just pick up anything and eat. All these are positive values that some family hold there too. And another one is orderliness. You can't just be littered everywhere, littering your things everywhere. The positive values of some families that you have to be orderly. You have to keep your things in their rightful places. And this cuts across every member of the family. That's the mother, the father, and the children. Because if the mother and father is not orderly, then I don't see how you're going to pass it on to the children. If daddy comes back and throws his shoe this way and the stockings the other way, and you're telling the child to be orderly, I don't see how the child will buy it. So now this cuts across everybody. The family value says we need to be what? Orderly. We need to show orderliness in everything we do. Another one is friendship. Friendship. You need to treat people the way you want them to treat you. You have to show them that you really care. And that could be hospitality, that could be how you relate with people by entertaining them the way you want them to what? Entertain you. Friendship. Sharing a hand of what's friendship. Now, these are some of the positive values that some family hold there too. Another one is love. Love is very important. Siblings, rivalry, and all of these things are gone. The family says, no, you need to love each other. You don't have to argue. You need to share. You need to love. And also, patience is another positive value that some family hold there too. You have to be very patient. Now, a whole lot of us are not patient. You want your food and it's not coming forward. You're already throwing tantrums. You're so angry. You're not patient. Now, one of the positive family values is that you have to be very patient. Now, let's look at some of the negative values. Now, some of them include dishonesty. Now, not being truthful. Not being truthful. These are not expected and these are not good. You have to be honest. People should know you to be what? Honest. Now, dishonesty at some of the negative values that some families do not put a stop to, or do not see that members of the family don't carry it on. Now, another thing is envy. This could be among siblings. Oh, you got this for this person, it's better than mine, is this and that. Now, these are negative words, family values, and should not be encouraged in any way. Now, falsehood, lying about what is not it. Now, a whole lot of people do that. Oh, you see a car person, say, that's my uncle's car. No, we went to this, we went to UK, we went to this. You're not being real. Now, these are negative values. You have to be real. You don't have to say what you are not. You don't have to be what you're not. You don't have to pretend to be what you're not. These are what not cool. Another negative value is selfishness. Selfishness. A whole lot of family members are selfish. Me, myself, and I. So everything about whatever they want to give out, it should be me first and me alone. Now, it is not good to be selfish. These are not good family values, and it should be what? Discouraged. Another one, just as it is with envy, jealousy is one negative value that is not to be encouraged at all. Now, jealousy can lead to a whole lot of things. It can even lead you to kill, because you be so jealous of someone that you're not even thinking anymore. All you just want is just to, get to what they have, get what you think is better than yours. Now, jealousy should be encouraged. And what? Corruption. These are negative values. Don't be corrupt in any way that it is. So these are what? Negative values that should not be encouraged. Now, finally, let's look at the importance of family value system. Why is it important that every family should come up with what? Their value system, what they value, what their family should be known for. That's what we're saying. Now, when it comes to some families, oh, this family, when it comes to honesty, you don't joke with them. When it comes to being truthful, they're always there. Now, when you do not have such, it's going to be a problem. Now, when you talk about your family, see that family, no, everybody in that family, there's nobody you will find that tells the truth. There's nobody you find that they pick things that are not theirs. That's because they do not have what? Positive family value system. Now, let's look at the importance of family value system. The first one is that it helps family to make decision. Now, not just any type of decision, but what? Good decisions. It helps family members to make right decision. Now, also, it provides motivation for action. When you have good family value system, it will do what? Provide motivation for actions. You want to do things that are what? Going to be pleasant, good, right. That's what that will always be your drive all the time. Now, it controls behavior. Now, when you're from a family where the values are respected, and as a young girl, as a young boy, you know that it says, you cannot go to school and they call me to say, you did this, you did that. Whenever you think of that, you say, I don't want my daddy to come to school and they tell him I did this, I did that. You would always remember home. Same for the girl too. And then daddy says, no, I don't want a child out of wedlock. I don't want this, I don't want that. So when you remember home, you will say, okay, I need to be of my best behavior wherever I go to, because there's a value system that you have reckoned with all through these years. Now, it controls the behavior of people. Now, also, it provides confidence and strength. When you have a very good family value system, you would always have this confidence and strength not to do what? Mingle, to actually want to be like any other or every other person. You be your unique self. And finally, it helps one to consider other people. You become considerate because some of the value system says friendship, love, patience. So you tend to do what? Relate with people the way you want them to relate to you. Now you would be more what? Considerate. You tend to relate to people in a more kinder and what? Special way. Okay, so let's go to our exam guide and practice some questions that we have learned today. This one. Okay, let's look at this question. The unit which carry hereditary factors in our body cells is called A, we have antibody, B, we have gene, C, we have hormone, D, we have ovary, E, we have sperm. If you remember quite well, we talked about the family 3. So now, let's look at this question. Which of these carry hereditary factors in our body cells? Now, is it the antibody? No. Hormones, ovary, sperm? Not at all. Now, what carries hereditary factors in the body cells is the gene, our gene. Okay, now that carries the hereditary factors. That's why you can conduct DNA and then to ascertain if one is actually the child of this person because it's in our body cells. Let's move on. Okay, let's look at this question. Family dash shows how members are related to each other. Family dash shows how members are related to each other. Now, A, album, B, form, C, picture, D, 3, E, type. I see you smiling because you know the answer to this one. Yes, of course. Family 3 shows how members are related to each other. Now, the family 3 shows how each members are what? Related to each other. So if you've not drawn your family 3, go draw it out so you'll be able to know how you're related with each member of your family. Let's proceed. Now let's look at this question again. Family values are important because it dash. A, determines the family's lifestyle. B, economizes the family resources. C, eliminates the problem of decision making. D, encourages crisis and conflicts. E, helps the family to save for rainy days. Now, what are family values? If you can remember what we learned today. Now, family values are important because it determines the family's lifestyle. Yes, when a family has values, and remember we said positive values and negative values. Now, when the family has good positive values, it will what determine their lifestyle. It will determine what they want to do and how they should do it. So family values are important because A, it determines the family's lifestyle. So that's the correct answer. Okay, let's look at this one. Polygamous family is made up of a man and his wives. B, a man, his wives, and their children. C, husband and his wife. D, husband, in-laws, and children. E, more than one man to a wife. Now, polygamous family is made up of what? Is it a man and his wives? Okay. And B, a man, his wives, and their children. That is the complete definition of a polygamous family. The man, his wives, and their children. Now, that is what a polygamous family is made up of. Okay, let's look at this question. A man, his wives, and their children make a/an dash family. Beginning family, contracting family, extended family, the nuclear family, E, polygamous family. Yes, your guess is as good as mine. Polygamous family, just as we entered previously. A man, his wives, and children make up what? The polygamous family. Let's look at more questions. Okay, let's look at this question. Your uncle's daughter is referred to as your A, aunt, B, cousin, C, nephew, D, niece, E, sister. So your uncle's daughter is your who? Is she your aunt? Is she your cousin? Is she your nephew? Is she your niece or your sister? Okay, so your uncle's daughter is your cousin. Now, she is your cousin. So if you remember what we said in our lesson or in our class, these people have how they are related to us. So the family tree would help us know that now your aunt should be your mother or father's what? Sister. And your cousin, your uncle or your auntie's what? child. Your nephew should be, a nephew should be your father's brother's son. Then your niece, your father's mother's, your mother's sister's child. That's your niece. That's the niece to the person. Okay, your sister, of course, siblings. Okay, let's look at this question. The Dash family is made up of a man, his wife, children, and other relatives. I'm sure you still remember this. The Dash family is made up of a man, his wife, children, and other relatives. Is it the contracting family? Is it the expanding family? Is it the extended family? Is it the nuclear family? Or is it the polygamous family? Now, which family has to do with the man, his wife or wives, children, and their relatives? And now, going through the options, I'm sure you're guessing and you're picking the right option. Now, the extended family has to do with a man, his wife, children, and other relatives, which could be your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, your brother's uncle's wife, your uncle, your auntie's husband, and all of these other people. So the correct answer is the extended family. Thank you for participating in today's class. You can practice more questions using the ExamGuide app. Now, the app scores and gives a detailed explanation of all the questions at the end of your practice tests. You can learn a particular topic of interest with different modes like the study mode, mock mode, and practice mode. It also has other features that make learning fun. It is a must-have for every serious student. I know you're that serious student. Now you can download the app from www.examguide.com. If you don't have it yet, please do. I'll see you in our next class. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and share the videos to your friends, your family. I'm sure they'll benefit from it as well. Bye for now.